Good morning, creator. Welcome to Odessa Rose Creates. I'm Robin Schmidt, and I'm an independent chalk couture designer, which means I get to share with you all the love of creating with chalk couture. I think my volume's up on my iPad, so I'm going to turn that down. There we go. So today we're going to work on, one big project, but 3 different elements, and mostly just all chalking. I've already got my background already prepped and ready to go. So if you're new to chalking or you're wondering what am I talking about, Chalk Couture is the name of the company. I have a website that you can buy all these wonderful silkscreen transfers. They are reusable, and we transfer chalk paste over the silkscreen and with squeegees, and then we lift up our transfer and we have our print on almost any smooth flat surface you can think of. We also use it on fabrics and ceramics. We can use our ink with, and we can heat set those products, whether it's with the iron or in the oven for ceramic and glass. But today we're going to work with chalk paste on some metal copper, faux copper trays, not the real copper, but we're going to do kind of a country, kind of contemporary country look, is what I'm calling it, with the cream, coppers, and a little bit of silver and gold in there. Because if you think of a copper pot, they kind of have the copper, and then it has like the silver and gold around the bottom a little bit. So we're going to put a touch of that in there just to kind of give it that look in a way, I guess. So let's get started. If you wanted to know my website, it should be seen. I'm going to push the show button. I don't know, let me know if you see it. I never can, I push show and then nothing ever happens. So it's kind of confusing. There it is. Okay, so it's chalkcouture.com/Odessa Rose. Odessa Rose is named after my grandmothers. It's their middle names, Carrie Odessa and Mary Rosella. So that's what that's all about, in case you're wondering why it's called Odessa Rose. And no, my name is not Odessa, although I get called Odessa quite often. So, all right, we're going to work with 3 different transfers. I also have a link up in the description where you can go to my store, and these products that I'm using from Chalk Couture are in the link, except for the copper. I think it's the copper shimmer chalk paste is out of stock right now, which I didn't even grab the copper. Let me grab that. I am going to use that. So I even had a new. There's 2 of them. Okay. All right. So the first transfer. Let me show you the surfaces. I got these copper-looking trays, and they were copper in here. I painted 2 of them in a creamy white called Raw Silk is the name of the color, by Fusion Mineral Paint. I like Fusion Mineral Paint because it adheres really well to almost any surface, and also has a primer and sealer built in. Although I may apply a little bit of wax to this. I just painted this, dried it with my heat gun, so it may not actually cure very well to the surface. So I may apply a little bit of wax so my sticky transfer hopefully won't pick up any of that paint, because you know how sometimes paint doesn't like to stick to metal very well and it can kind of pull up. So we're going to try to avoid that as much as possible. Let's see who's joining today. Say hello. Hello, Susan. Teresa's on. Tasha, good morning. Stacy, Sherlan. Oh, Sherlan. Nona. Good morning, guys. Say hi. So there's 3 sizes of the tray. There's small, medium, large. This one I left in the copper color. The other 2 kind of had these weird streaks going on, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to just change 2 of them up into the paint. So we got these 3 different sizes, and we're going to kind of theme them together with a country theme. A little bit of contemporary country. I'm calling it contemporary country. There's such a thing. Get some of this mess out of my way. So we got the large. We are going to transfer this print on. It's called Farmhouse Tile. There's a lot of Farmhouse Tile right over here that I used. And if you can see the upper one, that top frame thing, that's like a photo op frame that you can stand behind and get your pictures taken in. The party hat, it has the same tile print. There's a little bit in the Oink Moo Cock-a-doodle-doo. And then down here in the Farmhouse tiles that I made. That was all for a Couture show I did for the company back in the end of January, where I did most of these art projects, or I did them ahead of time and told about them and how I created those. So if you want more information about that, if you're a Couture designer, you can re-watch that replay. Or I talked about them a lot in some lives back in January, 1st of February, so on my page here. Okay, so this is the Farmhouse tile. The medium one that we left copper. We're gonna do Life is Better in the Country. Okay, and then the small one, I'm gonna put this rooster weather vane type thing. This is from Bed and Breakfast. And we got these little parts. These also came in Bed and Breakfast. And this is called Life is Better in the Country. Yeah, Life is Better in the Country. Those are the 3 transfers we're going to work with. First, we're going to do this pattern one. And so the main thing I want to concentrate here on is make sure my handles are level, so my design is level. Got to pay attention, always pay attention if your hook is at the top on a hanging picture or anything else. So you want to make sure it's level. But I'm going to apply a little bit of that wax. I'm going to use just my regular wax. I'm not going to do the stain. I'm not going to do much distressing or aging look to this because I kind of want it to have a little bit of a contemporary country vibe to it. Not necessarily distressed and dirty vintage country. If that makes any sense. Hi, Leanne. Hello, Lori. Louise. Oh, my trays, I bought them wholesale from the wholesale company I buy for the store. So they're not really available to buy unless you would happen to find them in a store. But the point is, you can use any metal tray, anything round. You know, I'm not saying go out and make this exact project, but if you get a hold of some trays and you want to do a tray look, even if they're not copper, you can always take a spin off of this idea. You know, there may be trays at the hobby store or, you know, somewhere that you can use. I haven't really shopped for any because I knew I had this set. Okay, just rubbed a little bit of wax on there. That's so that my transfer doesn't stick too hard to the surface and take a chance of peeling up my paint because it hasn't cured yet. But I think we'll be all right. So my idea is I'm going to go copper in the perimeter, go into silver, then end in like a gold in the middle. So it's kind of going to radiate out into copper. Yeah, I'm trying to think the idea of a copper saucepan or skillet, and sometimes they have those gold accents or kind of like gold around the bottom of the pot going into silver or silver going into gold. I'm not sure which way it works because I don't own a copper pot, but I love the look of them. Let's see who else is saying hello. You're very nice, thank you. Hello, Mary Carol. I always hope I'm saying your name right. Deborah. Hey there from South Georgia. You know what? We have a few snowflakes flying in the sky. Can you believe it? Ugh. They're very tiny and they're very few, but they're there. So we're cold today, obviously, if we're getting snow. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot to look at the temperature. I know it's around freezing. So, pulling out my farmhouse tile. transfer. This is my second one because I pretty much wore out my first one doing all these projects back here on the wall amongst some other stuff. So making sure my level tray is level with my handles here. I'm just going to try to put that center medallion right in the middle. So let's try to see if we can get that. This will probably be the trickiest part of all, is just getting this centered. So trying to make sure we're kind of at the same point of these tiles here. And that should hopefully get us. I need to go to the left. Looking pretty good. Now, of course, the trick here will be getting all these air pockets out. Because you don't want any air pockets under your transfer, because that will affect your print. So go around, lift it up if you feel there's a big pocket. You can just lift it up and push it out like that. And we'll try to get to the edge as best as we can. Like I said, we're going to do that in copper, blending into silver, then blending into gold in the middle of this medallion. Okay, I think we're pretty good here. Just brushing this out. All right, rolling up my sleeves. Gotta roll up your sleeves. I tell you what, I am avoiding getting a stomach virus. They think it's called norovirus. Have you heard of that? Well, my grandchildren ended up getting it, but we were over there one night. The oldest one the baby had it, and then the oldest one came up with it, and then John, my husband, got it. It's not good. So again, I'm avoiding getting sick from my husband. Why is this always happening? First it was COVID, and now it's this virus. And then their mom, my daughter, got it now. So hopefully her husband won't get it, but they all stayed home today so he could take care of everybody. And my husband went back to work. He was sick over the weekend, or like Friday, Saturday. But he's doing better, I hope. Hi, Robin. We are to get snow this week. Oh, Donna, where do you live? And who's in Florida? Louise is in Florida, but it's raining. It's kind of crappy weather everywhere, isn't it? We're supposed to get snow in Kansas City. I don't know if we're supposed to get a lot of snow or what. Good morning, Beth. You've got sunshine. Nice. Happy Monday. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm gonna like put it on kind of heavy. No, I'm not. I was going to, but I was going to use my new handle squeegee. We got a new style of these. They're softer, like our other squeegees. Our previous handle squeegee was more hard, and this one's nice and soft. But I don't know if I want to waste that much. Mix my colors out. If I was doing one color, this would be perfect to squeegee all this down. But since I am kind of doing two colors, three colors. I might do copper this whole thing and then come in here with silver. I was going to try to blend it, but maybe I'll just do this in silver and then do this in gold and be more specific on my colors. So let's try that. But I think I will use a single small squeegee and get the perimeter, and I can always lift that up as we go. You can see, but I'm just trying to get it right up to the edge. feel like I'm in slow mode here. Who doesn't love copper? I love copper accents on things. I don't have a lot of it in my house, but what I do have I really like. It's hard to get up against that curve. There we go. So I slept in the guest bedroom. Well, the first night, John slept on the couch down here in the basement, down here in the lower level, I should say. I don't like to call it a basement because it's 3 of the walls have windows. But anyway, yeah, I hope I don't get it. Hey, if you're a Couture designer, did you get signed up for convention? And are you going to convention? Or are you doing the virtual one? I am going to convention. It's in Nashville in June. I'm going to pick this up a little bit so that my chalk paste doesn't stick in my transfer. So I'm excited to go. My husband and I are both going. We're going to drive down there. It's about an 11-hour drive, I guess, from here. So we're going to take some extra time and drive down there. We stayed at that Gaylord Hotel. Gosh, Avery was just a baby. So like 27 years ago, we stayed there. And I know it's grown and changed a lot since then. This is taking forever. This glitter paste doesn't like to smooth on as easy as regular paste. And working with this curve is giving me some hiccups. It's just hard to get right up next to it with a straight squeegee. You can hear how well that is sticking to the metal sides because these are sticky on the back side. That's what holds them in place. And they love to stick to metal and glass. Any really super smooth surface, the more the transfer is going to stick. Doesn't want to go up against the curve. Oh, goodness. All right, we are getting there. Let me stick that back down really well. I'm not going to have much copper paste left. I need to get that ordered when it comes back in stock. Just get it a little bit better. All right, now let's make sure it's lifted up around the edge, and then we'll do the middle part. I think we're going to be good. I'm going to do silver around this guy right here, and then we'll do gold in the middle. I think it'll be pretty I think I'll use my multi-tool and just do this. So the shimmers take a little bit more effort in getting it through the silk screen because it has glitter in it. So you got to kind of go over it several times and make sure it gets down in there compared to our regular paste. Just go over it a few times. I love this Farmhouse tile. I was so excited when they sent it to me to work with. I was like, oh, I love, of course, you know, I love patterns. And I wish they'd come out with more designs of patterns in all sizes. This over here, copper's kind of right up against it there. There we go. All right, now let's move on to gold. And I saved the Harvest Gold is my favorite, which was in the fall last year, and they don't have it now. I'm hoping they bring it back for Christmas and fall. It's just a bright, shiny gold versus the regular gold is more of an antiqued gold. So let's just save these 4 little guys in the brighter gold. They look kind of like spades from a deck of cards. If you are interested in becoming a chalk couture designer, you can still, of course, sign up anytime. You could still even go to convention. It's open to any designer. We are doing a couple virtual choices also if you can't make it. But all that information about becoming a designer is also on my chalk link. chalkcouture.com/OdessaRose. I'd love to have you join my team of designers. And let's do that shimmer right in the middle. This is Harvest Shimmer. It's just a brighter gold. We'll just kind of blend it from the duller gold into the brighter gold. Also on my website is information about Club Couture. If you want to join the club and get our subscription service, monthly you will receive a transfer and some paste packets to create with. All right, we got our 4 different shimmer colors on there, like that. So let's take it off. And there it is. Isn't that pretty? It'll be like, I'm trying to get my handles right. Like that. Pretty nifty. I am going, looks like I touched it a little bit right there. I'll be able to fix, I think I touched it and smeared it a little bit. I'll touch it up later after it dries and wash my transfer. Speaking of drying, I'm going to dry this now. Okay. Whew. That took a little while. Had eye surgery and had to go back off for a while of being a designer. Thanks, Donna. Trying to look here. Oh, thanks, Louise. She says my lives are great and she has learned. 1 to 3 inches. Worried about your plants. 1 to 3 inches of snow. I hope we don't get that. I haven't looked at the actual forecast other than it's supposed to snow all day. But it's so light and I'm looking at it now. It's just teeny tiny flakes. So we'll see. All right, we'll just set this aside and let it finish drying, but you can get it. Okay, so I smudged it right down here a little bit. Oops. Right in there. I'll fix that after this dries and wash my transfer. I'll lay it over and fix that a little bit, but it's kind of fun. Yeah. All right, let's do the other two. That's the large tray. And then we have the small tray and the medium tray. The large one and the small one, I painted in the middle. This one I left because I'm going to do this mostly all in just the white. In fact, we can do that real quick. Now, I'm going to use probably Dune. I actually might kind of do a little bit of Dune and white. Find my white. Where did I put it? It's over here. Okay. I'll probably blotch a little bit of Dune and white and kind of just smear them together so it's not bright white and it's not like too dark, because Dune's a little bit darker than my paint. So let's put a little bit of wax on this because we know how well the transfer sticks to metal. So let me find my can opener. Here it is. I'm just using Minwax finishing wax paste. It's really meant for like furniture. It's basically going to put a nice soft barrier between the tray and that sticky transfer so that the transfer won't stick too hard to it. And if it did, it could pull and stretch the fabric, the silkscreen fabric in your transfer. And then that would misshape it. And then when you go to use it the next time, it may not lay flat because you stretched your fabric out. And you don't want that. So just do a nice light coat. It'll still stick, but not as harsh of a stick. I'm going to put this on here. And I think I'm going to do it all in just the cream. Kind of keeping it simple. Contemporary country is what I'm calling this. Again, make sure my handles are straight. I'm turning around because this handle's all goobery. It's like almost rusty looking a little bit. And when one looks at stuff, you look from left to right. So I'm going to make the good handle on the left. So maybe you won't even see the right. That makes sense. Okay. So just trying to get that centered there. And this we're going to do it, like I said, we're going to blotch on both colors of white and Dune. And then we'll just kind of, I call it S-curve it down and blend those two colors together as we squeegee on the chalk paste. I didn't take my allergy medicine last night because I don't like taking medication like that every day. So, of course, now my nose is really running and my eyes were running like crazy this morning. So take some and just put blotches of it. And then same with the white. a squeegee, and I'm just gonna swoosh it down. And I'll probably just dump it all back in the, scrape it all back in the dune, since it won't be white that I end up coming off with. And just keep squeegee in and make sure all your silkscreen areas are filled in. Always remove your extra and put it back in your jar. Unless you really screw up the color and mix a lot of colors together and you have a really off color, then you might want to just throw that away. But it's just a lighter version of dune, so I'm just scraping it in my jar. That will mix in and not really make any difference. So let's take this off. And it's just simple. Life is better in the country. Sometimes simple is best, you know? Especially if I set all these together, you know? Or you easel them in a collection, oops, like this, and I can never get my, woo, there we go. Like the pattern is on this tray, so I don't need a lot going on this tray because this has got it going on. So now we're gonna make that little rooster on the, what is this, the small one. So that will sit on the other side. So you get big tray, life is better in the country, and then this rooster, right? So my idea is to do the rooster in copper, and then I'm going to do the arrow in silver, and maybe the ends and the tip and this ball in the gold. So we still have all three colors. And then I'm thinking about when this rooster dries to lay in. Well, I was kind of thinking of the farmhouse animals, the farm animals on Farm Charm, where they have the plants in the animals. If you are a designer, you know what I'm talking about if you're familiar with the Farm Charm collection. But I might put some cream colored leaves just coming up the rooster a little bit. Maybe just bring in a little fanciness. Let's put a little wax on this one too, just in case. Vicky, good morning. Carlene. Well, I'm doing a set of trays. They're copper looking trays. I bought them from my wholesale company that I order home decor products in for the store to sell. So that's where I got them these. So you just have to find some trays if you want to do trays. I'm sure they're out there. Maybe the hobby store or who knows where. Just putting a little bit of wax on here. So we don't stretch out our transfer. We're going to do, this is from Bed and Breakfast, this rooster weather vane. See it? Again, let's make sure our handles are level. So rooster in copper, and the weather vane we're going to do in silver and gold. Silver with gold accents. So back to our copper, which is getting really low, like really low. I might give him gold feet. He just seems like he needs gold feet. Grab a bunch of it here. Spread that around. He's gonna be so handsome. Handsome, handsome. All right. Like I said, I think I'm gonna give him some gold chicken legs, since chicken legs are gold. This little ball that's on the weather vane post, I'm making gold. Then the arrow tip and the feather end, is that what you call it? Feathers? The back end of the arrow, does that have a name? Is it just the feathers? I guess. We'll do in the regular gold shimmer. Tail feathers? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. And then the arrowhead. Doing the gold. And then I'll come in with silver and do the bars, the poles, and the middle of the arrow in silver. Using my multi-purpose tool. Got a little teeny tip on the end, which is perfect for small areas. And down here. All right. Let's pull this guy up. There's our little fun rooster. He's looking handsome. I want to dry him, and I think I want to put some leaves going up him in white, kind of like the farm charm animals. Maybe I'll just leave it. Thinking about it. I think I'm going to leave them. I'm just going to put this right here with copper. Bring my leaves down here, I decided. That, and then we have one on the other side. I think we're going to have to dry that though, because I can see my transfer will lay on top of this paste that I just squeegeed, and if it's wet, it's going to stick to the back. So make sure you dry. And we'll lay this guy right, hopefully directly opposite try to get it on the same level. It feels really warm from the heat gun, so let's get done this fast. Da-da-da. Scrape all that off. Of course, we wash our transfers, let them dry, put them back on their backer sheets, and reuse them over and over. So we have, let's get this out of the way so I can bring them all up here. They are done. Got the big one is our pattern. The middle one is our sentiment. And this one is our animal figure, so they may not look cute together. I can see these setting up. Oh, if you had room above your kitchen cupboards, these would be really pretty on some easels. Fun. So there is my set of copper, faux copper trays. I think that's looking pretty cool. Let me know what you think. Hearts, 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 I hope. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Yep, let me see if you have any more questions. I gotta swipe to see my comments. Okay. I'm missing a bunch. Love them, wonderful. Beautiful collection. I love the leaves on the bottom. I do too. I think that turned out cool. It's no longer available in the catalog. The shimmer gold, it will be if you don't see it. If you don't see the shimmers, the harvest shimmer is not. The bright gold is not. That was a in vogue color for the autumn and winter catalog last year. I hope they bring it back in July when all that new stuff comes out for the fall and winter, because it's like, I like it almost better than the regular gold. It's just brighter and more brilliant gold than the other one, and or I like to work with them together. So hopefully it'll be back. I don't know for sure. We'll find out in June at convention. Also, that's kind of how I did. I used both of those colors together on my photo op frame, right in here. Where am I going to go? Like up in this corner. Both colors were used together. So I like to use them together and use them year round. I don't think they have to be for fall or Christmas, but yeah. Anywho, thanks for joining me today. Have a great week. It's Monday. Hopefully I don't get that stomach virus like the rest of my, not the rest, but third of my family is getting, I should say. And I'll make sure we don't have any more questions. I'll have to scroll up here a little bit. Yep, I ordered them from a wholesale company. I buy wholesale for a store, so it's also the same shop that I sell my designs in. So I ordered them from there, but doesn't mean you can't find trays in other places. Okay, I think that's it. So yeah, have a great week, guys. Hope you don't get too much snow if you're in the snow belt today. And I will talk with you later. Bye.